Hey everybody, welcome back to Life with Lolo. It is our Sunday review of Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 12, episode 4. It was titled Love, Marriage, and Sour Peaches. So, this review is late. Not that late because it's just a Monday, but y'all know how I like to have it up and running on Monday morning, early Monday morning. But last night was date night, and I did not watch the episode until today. So here it is for all of you, and it was cute, but it was like kind of emotional at the end. So we'll just jump into it. Let's see. Oh, it began where we stopped last week at the flute. So you know how they did all that dramatic and all that dun 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 type jank before it left or whatever. And then when it came back on, all Nene was like, "Oh, hi, Miss Bailey. Hi, Miss Leaks. Okay." And then Nene went and hugged, I forgot who was on there. I see her. Oh, was it Kelly died? She hugged her or whatever like that. And then Nene spoke to Noelle real quick, like, "Oh, hi, you here for the summer?" or whatever like that. She was like, "Yeah, I'm here for the summer break." She was like, "Okay." And so then Cynthia had told Nene that she looked cute or whatever. And she was like, "Oh, thank you, girl." And then she walked off into like I guess it was just like a long flute. So she walked to like the other section of the flute and was chilling and stuff like that. It was no real big drama on the flute or nothing. They just ain't speak. Like how they would usually do, like have like a whole full conversation and stuff like that. It was basically pleasantries, like, "Hey girl, you look cute," and blah blah blah. Eva she talked to Nene or whatever like that, but when Marlo came, she was like, "I am not featuring Marlo. Like, I got nothing to give to Marlo," type thing. So she really ain't speak to her. Marlo spoke to Cynthia and Noelle and stuff, and spoke to everybody else on the flute. That Pride Festival looked dope. Like, I don't know. Maybe one year I'll go to New York. It got a lot of people, so I don't really too many people, but it really looked nice, and they looked like they all had a good time. Noelle and Cynthia was taking pictures and stuff like that. I wish they stopped pointing out the fact that Noelle is bi or sexually fluid, however you want to call it these days, because we always changing the term. But like, okay, it's all right. Like, we don't gotta keep pointing it out. Like, I hope this is the last time. Maybe because it was Pride, they kept saying it. But hopefully, like, next episode, they don't really say. Because it's like 4 episodes in, and we still talking about how this girl is sexually fluid. Like, there's some new thing on the planet to be sexually fluid. And I like girls and guys. Like, bisexual has been around for quite a long time. So, Anyway, what else happened? Oh, then that was pretty much it for the Pride Festival. Eva was pretty much like, "It's all love until after Pride" type thing, and then they kind of panned off. Then we go back to Atlanta. We see Portia. She had therapy. This time they allowed the cameras to go in. I wonder why they didn't let the cameras go in the first time. What y'all think? Like, because Dennis was on camera before. They had like their whole spinoff. So I wonder why they didn't. Maybe something was said in the therapy session that they didn't want us to know about. What y'all think? So she in therapy. Dr. Sherry, she's talking to her and stuff like that. Portia was telling her about her feelings or how, she feels about how Dennis did her and stuff like that. And Dr. Sherry was asking her some good questions and stuff like that. Like, do you still think it's going to be, y'all can work it out? How y'all going to do with the baby? At one point, I was like, is she trying to tell her to stay with this man? But then she had cleared it up and was like, "I'm not telling you to stay with him, but I do want you to make the right decision, and not just out of anger, but more so, this is what you want to do. Don't like close the door, but then still have those feelings." So basically, she's saying like, get closure or get the treatment and move forward. And I mean, that's understandable. Portia was pretty much like, the door is closed type thing, but she's still angry, which is in her right to still be angry, because she said she was over there pretty much baking a baby, and he out here freaking other hoes. Like, no. So she was saying, Portia was basically saying that she needed to put PJ first, and that she needed to think about her daughter and not think about Dennis and all this other stuff. And Dr. Sherry was pretty much like, just work on you, focus on getting better for you and for baby PJ type thing, but not working on stuff to get back with Dennis, but still talk to Dennis or whatever. Then we move off, and then we see Kenya and Candy. And this must have been filmed. They hate when they do their editing and it be like so out of whack. Cause I wonder like when they filmed this, because Candy got the individual braids in her head, so it just ain't flow. Cause she had that wig on, and then at the end you see her with the hairstyle that she didn't have throughout the, I don't know. But anyway, they put this scene in here. And I guess so it can match the last scene. Anyway, they talking about the kids, and Kenya was pretty much like, you see baby Brooklyn, she trying to crawl and stuff, and Candy was like, yeah, I saw when you posted it on a thing and whatever. And Kenya was like, yeah, she'd be snatching wigs. If you was holding her, she would snatch your wig and stuff. And she was like, oh no, she can't be snatching no edges or whatever. And so then Kenya made like a little joke, like she gonna invite people to a party and then get a baby to, the people that she don't like, and so she can snatch their wig. Pretty much, that shit would be funny. That's some shit I'll do. Go on, go hold the baby. Crap. I would do some shit like that. Anyway, so Kenya starts talking about, cause what she said, she was saying that Candy was there for her when she was pregnant, and somehow it had got into Mark. Somehow Mark got brought up, but not Candy. Kenya was saying how Mark was being bossy about changing the pamper. Oh, and Candy was there, I guess, when that happened. And Candy had made like a little comment. She was like, I like Mark and everything, but like, he pretty much like bossy, and he wanted to do stuff his way and stuff like that. Like, nothing that Kenya do is right. She said when the baby be sleep, he wake the baby up. When she put up the baby in the crib, he take the baby out. She was like he just do the opposite. Like, if she swaddle the baby, he'll unswaddle her and swat. That would get the on my nerves, like, for real. Like, what is you doing? Like, he keep undermining everything that she do. And that's basically what Kenya was saying in that scene or whatever like that. And Candy was like, her and Ty, they bump heads sometimes and stuff like that. But, it's all about compromise and communication and stuff like that. And they kind of get, they bounce back pretty much or whatever. And Kenya had brought up the fact that it was his birthday coming up and he don't want to travel with the nanny. And Candy was like, well, what's wrong with the nanny? Like, she was like, well, I don't know. He just don't want to travel with the nanny. So I don't know, but I know I'm not leaving my baby with no stranger and stuff. And they kind of agree with that. And then it seemed like it wanted to be more on the conversation, but it seemed like Kenya kind of shut it down. So she's still protecting him, because if y'all watched it and she said something, because they was just like laughing and joking about how the husbands feel like they always right and something like that. And like I said, he be undermining her and stuff like that. So I guess it was like an example, like, well, you ain't an attorney, but is you an attorney type thing. So Kenya was like, yeah, because we could go on and on about this conversation, but like we could go too far with this conversation. Some shit like that. So it looked like she tried to shut the conversation down. Like, she didn't want to say too much bad stuff about Mark. But I mean, you on a reality show. Like, I know she don't want to put her business out there, but what you thought, like, whatever. But you put it in the blogs and stuff, so why can't you just put it on the show? Why you can't just tell us finish having the goddamn conversation? So that was just like, I had caught that. Anyway, we back in New York. We with Eva and Sin, and they at Tao. I don't know how you say it. Maybe that's how you say it. Tao. So Eva, as soon as they get shown that table off like that, Eva like, why is it 3 plates here? Or is this the drink menu? Cynthia was like, oh no, Marlo is coming to join us, whatever like that. Eva was like, well, I'm not staying for no bullshit. I'm going to be leaving because I'm not in the mood for her bullshit type thing. And so Cynthia was like, well, if it's some bullshit, I won't be here long, Eva. And so Eva was like, well, it will be some bullshit, so I'm sure you're not going to be here for long or whatever. And so then they talking. They start ordering. Oh, Eva again ordered the whole fucking menu. She ordered like $178 worth of food. Cynthia ordered $44 worth of food or whatever. I was just like, since when they start putting up the tally on how much money I thought that was pretty shady. Was they just... It was shady. Because was you trying to show that Eva got money, or was you trying to show that she ordered a lot of food? Because if it was just that she ordered a lot of food, why they had to tally up how much the food cost? I was just like, ooh, bravo, shady. But they was talking, and not Kenya, Cynthia was like, because she was pretty much saying how she don't like how Marlo be going back and forth type thing. So she like, well, I know Nene be saying stuff about me to Marlo, but Marlo come in my face and talk to me like it ain't no big deal or nothing like that. But is you sitting there kikiing and hi-hiing with Nene when she talking about me type thing. And so Marlo shows up. And her outfit was kind of normal for Marlo. So, soon as Marlo came to that table, boy, Eva was, I'm going to just take this food to go. Excuse me, waitress. I need this in a to-go box right here. And I'm just going to carry this plate in my drink. I said, girl, she got out there like that. She was not for the bullshit. Marlo was like, oh, that duck look good. She was like, oh, yeah, you can go and give her some duck. And I was just like, ooh. So, at first I was like, she leaving with the plate? Like, was she gonna be in the Uber with the damn plate? That's ghetto. But she did. She took her plate, and her, the man, like a maitre d' or waiter or somebody helped her take her plate down to the bar. And she said at that bar, she ordered her some, more duck, and sat at that end of that bar nice and comfortable and finished her meal. I said, I know that's right, girl. But, what happened? Oh, so then... So Marlo was just talking, she was talking shit. So she was like, when you ain't got, she was, because her voice is real deep. You ain't got to leave. So she was just like, you ain't got to leave or nothing like that. Eva, like, we supposed to be sisters or some shit, she said. She was like, oh, really? And so then she sauntered off and went downstairs to the bar. So then Marlo, while Eva gone, she talking all this, she rah. She broke, she bi, why she can't just say what she is, why she can't do this, why she can't do that. I was like, Marlo, why is you doing all this? So then Cynthia was pretty much like, girl, let's move on to something else. Let's talk about something else or whatever. And I'm glad she did that, because I was about to say, like, Cynthia, you gonna let this girl sit here and rag on Eva and y'all supposed to be friends. But she told her, like, look, let's just stop. Let's not talk about her like that, and let's talk about something else. So then Marlo told Cynthia how she was a Monty and how she got her, nephews and stuff like that. And then Marlo was just like, oh, well, tell me about Noelle. She looks so beautiful up there on the floor, and she looks so comfortable. I'm like, was she supposed to be uncomfortable? Whatever. So then Cynthia was like, oh, yeah, because she told me that she was dating a girl. And Marlo was like, well, how did you feel about that? And she was like, I was cool with it. It was fine. And then here go Marlo talking about, yeah, because you ate from that Lady Pine before. And Cynthia was like, excuse me? Like, all this extra shit. But I don't know, did she? Because I told y'all I ain't watched last season. Y'all know some tea. Anyway, then they started going on about, not Cynthia, what's that y'all name? Nene. So, Cynthia was pretty much like, because Marlo asked her, like, how is with the other friends, and, Nene, how y'all doing, or whatever like that. And Cynthia was like, girl, now, I ain't speak to no Nene. And she was like, well, y'all, y'all spoke on the flow. And she was like, yeah, because I didn't want to be uncomfortable, but it was pretty much like, hi, how you doing? You look cute, whatever, keep it pushing. And so she was like, so Marlo was like, yeah, because y'all was going in or something. She was like, I forgot how it came up, but she was saying, Cynthia said something about Nene's interview, the recent interview she did or whatever like that. And she was like, yeah, but, so Marlo was like, but yeah, you went in with her too. Or like, she was like, oh yeah, she was like, you did all these interviews and stuff like that, so you like started and stuff. And she was like, so I'm supposed to take the high road when Nene be talking all this trash, like coming out her mouth all slick and stuff, and I'm supposed to take the high road all the time? Like, it's funny how when I want to say what I need to say, And like Nene can say whatever she want to do. She can go in, do this, do that. But as soon as I pay it back, it's well, that's just Nene. You supposed to take the high road. I don't like that shit neither. I don't like that. Don't tell me I got to take the high road every time and somebody dogging me the fuck out all the time. Like, no. Like, so Cynthia pretty much was basically over it. Like, she was just done. Like, you can't tell somebody to keep getting stepped on all day, every day, and not say shit. And then when they keep getting stepped on and everything, then you want to be like, oh, why you don't say nothing? I did say something. And y'all looking at me like I did something wrong. So, yeah, I felt Cynthia in that instance right there. Because, like, she was pretty much, like, done and over with. Like, she really felt like Nene can get away with a lot of stuff. And it's true. So, not Cynthia, Marlo was like, well, this is 8 and 9 years. Like, y'all been friends all this time. Who cares? Like, we could have been friends since childhood. If you gonna keep dogging me out and ragging me out, like, I don't need you as a friend. Like, what kind of friend is just gonna keep dogging somebody out like that? Like, come on. If you, my friend, and we have a miscommunication or some kind of something, what you on social media talking dog shit about me for? You can't call me up and talk to me? Like, you got to go on social media and talk shit about me? No. So Cynthia was pretty much tired of the excuses. She was tired of Nene. She was pretty much like, look. But her and Marlo seemed to came to like some conclusion, because Marlo was like, well, if she go in on you, I'm not going to sit there and like hee and chuckle and all this other shit with her. I'm going to pretty much not say nothing about you. So Cynthia took that, and that was pretty much it. And so then they hugged it out, and then Marlo's talking about, she was like, I ain't glued my wig down, so it's about to come down. I said, girl, stop. Now, that wig came off in that goddamn restaurant. That should have been funny. Anyway, we see Portia. She getting ready for work. She getting baby PJ ready because she taking PJ to work with her and stuff like that. It was pretty much her just getting ready. The cute part of it all was she forgot the damn bottles in the house because she had to get Uber because Lauren was trying to bring her car back, but she was stuck in traffic, so she had to catch Uber to work. Child, she forgot to get bottles for the damn baby. She was like, oh, shit, I forgot the bottles. So she go, and then she come back out with like 5 bottles. Child, that happens to the best of us. So it was like one time I brought, because my youngest was on powder milk. And I think I had brought the powder milk. Yeah, I brought the powder milk. I ain't bring no water. I ain't bring no bottles. How's I supposed to feed the baby? But anyway, it happens to the best of us, Portia. Don't feel bad. We back in New York. We see Nene and Marlo. They at lunch or whatever. Marlo coming there. She looking like a whole disco ball type thing. She had on this sequence, gold and silver outfit. Child, it looked like a whole hot ass mess. Do you hear me? Then they sit down, they talking. Of course, they talk about, you know, how Marlo is being a Monty and stuff like that. And they toast and, you know, cheers to being a mom / auntie, to friendships. And Nene was like, like, or whatever. And so Marlo just, you know, cut to the chase. And she was pretty much like, she sat down with Cynthia, had drinks, and they both felt like Eva's actions was a little bit much for the situation. I mean, you can't tell nobody how to react. Like, she took herself out of the situation, and I would prefer that versus sit up there arguing and all that other nonsense. So, like, whatever. What happened? Oh, so then Marlo was like, she thinks she should take the Bible back because she was like, oh, obviously she ain't reading it or nothing like that. So they chuckled about that. And so then Marlo was like, I talked to Cynthia about you, and she feels some type of way about what you said and stuff. And so Nene was like, well, after all her several interviews and stuff, then I finally said something back. And it's like, Nene, you guys look at the whole picture, like what happened previously and then now. I don't think Cynthia is pretty much just focused on like now, because her interviews didn't come from the situation on what you spoke about now. It had to do with stuff that happened previously. So Nene was saying that she was hurt about, you know, what Cynthia had to say. I feel like both of them wrong, period. Like I said, like, if we got an issue and we supposed to, like, this friendship really mean as much to you or whatever like that, why you can't just pick up the phone and be civil? and just talk about what the issue is. So in the confessional, she started to cry or whatever. And Marlo was letting her know like it was both their fault and stuff like that. And Nene felt some type of way about that. She was like, "Oh, really? So how do you figure it was both our fault or whatever like that?" And before you go any further, like, you feel like I'm supposed to apologize to her and stuff. And so Marlo was saying like, look, it need to be some kind of closure, and like, y'all just need to close it or move forward and stuff like that. So Nene, she got all of her feelings, and Marlo was like, this is crazy. And Nene was basically like, she not apologizing, won't be no closure, won't be nothing like this, all this stuff. And so I was surprised because Marlo was actually trying to be the voice of reason. She did make sense in the scene. So anyway, Nene got all upset, got all her feelings and stuff like that. So she got her bag and she left. She get in a little bicycle cab thing or whatever. You know how the person be riding the bike. I forgot what it's called. But they be riding the bike, and the person be in a little seat thing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I can't think of what it's called. But anyway, Nene, she go off into the sunset on that thing. Marlo started yelling at, "Oh, you leaving me, Martin? Nene, you really gonna leave me?" I said, "Girl, she gone. Stop." So Marlo is pretty much like, yo, you is really in your fit. She need to get out her feelings and get into her bag type thing. And I really feel the same way. Like, you did wrong. Cynthia did wrong. Like, y'all really need to apologize and did that shit. Because, like, y'all don't need to be friends. Like, for real. It's just, because it's like every year. Like, I didn't watch last year, so I don't even know if they was friends last year, but the year before they was off and on. The year before that they was off and on. It was just like, come on, like, too much. Let's just let it go. Anyway, we see Ace and Todd and Candy. Ace with his little cute self. He up there doing his little I think the dance was from Fortnite, doing a little dance for the baby and stuff like that. And they had the ultrasound, and Shadina, I think that's how you say her name. She was there. And so Candy was explaining to Ace on what they was there for and stuff. And so they basically see the baby. And Candy was like, at first she was feeling guilty about, not carrying the baby and all this other stuff. But she was like, if I'm experiencing what the man feel like, they not going through the heartburn, they not going through the stretch marks, they not doing this and all this other stuff. She was like, I don't feel guilty about it no more. I'm glad it's not me type thing. So she's coming around to it. And then Dr. Jackie, she came in there, and she was basically telling them how the process will all work. Like, the baby, the baby will be born. Then once the baby is born, the baby will go to Candy and Todd, and then Candy will have her own labor and delivery room. And, well, not labor and delivery room, own postpartum room, mother baby room. They even changed it now. Mother baby unit. And the baby will lay on, Candy's chest, and so she can bond with the baby. And Todd, and of course Ace, and whoever else you want to be in there. Riley, whoever. And they'll be in one room, and then Shadina will be in the other room. And once the baby is passed on, that's it for, like, Shadina and Candy's relationship. And Candy was like, oh, wow, that was so final. It's just like the whole finality of it or whatever like that. And she was like, well, that's how it's going to be or whatever. And when they was leaving, Ace was like, take care of my baby sister. I was like, oh, he's so cute. So, of course, they're going to name the baby Blaze. Was it yesterday? Or it was this weekend that they had the baby. So, it was on the blogs and stuff like that. Well, I think it was Saturday. Was it Friday or Saturday? I don't know. This past weekend, they had the baby. The baby is cute. Did they show the baby? I'm trying to think if they showed the baby or just the baby hand. Because I done seen so many babies on my damn timeline. They starting to blend in. I said, damn, everybody was getting busy the beginning of the year. I don't know. I can't even remember if they had showed the baby. I just know I think they showed a hand, and then said the baby was born, the baby was Blaze, and it was 8 pounds, 1 ounce. I'm sure they showed the baby. I don't know. But anyway, I'm sure the baby cute. What happened? Oh, so then while they was doing the ultrasound, Kenya had text Candy and asked her, like, it's something important. Can you come by or some shit like that. So as they was leaving, Candy told Todd, like, can you just take Ace home with you or whatever? Because I need to stop over at Kenya's house. It seemed like an emergency or whatever. And he was like, oh yeah, we have a little Ace day or something. So we see Portia real quick. She just pretty much saying that she had a good day at Dish. Everything went well. Her Dish family met the baby. The baby was on camera. She gonna have to look for a nanny, somebody that can go in between her and Dennis. So she don't really have to have that much contact with Dennis or whatever like that. So she said, and then she was like, cause how old is PJ? PJ like 4 months or something. She said she done had nannies who wanna be in the business, be next to her, watch TV, do. I said, damn, how many nannies you done went through and this baby only like 3-4 months old? I said, these nannies need to get their life right and get their priorities straight. But she said she would have to look for a nanny soon. That was pretty much it on Portia. And then we back at Kenya. So we see her, she fussing with Alexa, the Amazon thing. So then we see Candy. She come up. She got gifts and stuff like that for Kenya, a teething ring and a doll. And so at first Kenya was looking all, like smiling and stuff. And Candy was like, well, what she called me over here for? Because she looking good to me or whatever. Like, what's the emergency? And so then they get to sit down. And Kenya was talking about her boobs, how her boobs, she wanted a reduction. And Candy was like, she wanted a reduction too. Candy was asking her, like, when you gonna go? And then so Kenya had said that, like, milk was still coming out her breast 3 months after she stopped breastfeeding Brooklyn. So Candy was like, oh, wow. And so she was like, well, my breasts don't really get that much attention. And so Kenya went into how around like 6 to 7 months pregnant, Mark stopped having sex with her. She said she don't know. She always making excuses for this man. She was like, she don't know if it was because of the belly, he was scared and blah, blah, blah. So, she was pretty much like, she don't get no attention, she ain't get no sex. And then so Candy was like, well, it kind of stopped when I was pregnant, but it picked back up. And so she was like, it ain't picking back up? And she was like, no, it ain't picking back up or whatever like that. And so she was like, well, what you talking about? Didn't y'all just go on an anniversary? And she was like, yeah, I went by myself. She was like, I went to Turks and Caicos and with Brooklyn. And she was like, you? And so she was like, yeah. She was like, you went by yourself on your anniversary? And so Kenya was like, yeah, I went to Kirks and Caicos and stuff like that. And Candy was like trying to put it together, like trying to make it make sense. Like, why is you going on your whole wedding anniversary by yourself? Like, why is your husband not on your wedding anniversary with you? Like, that don't sound right. And so Kenya started going into how, they, when she talk or whatever, they have a conversation and then it just escalates and then it's an argument and stuff like that because he want to be in control. He want to do this. So I guess when he get in the heated conversation or something like that, he go low. He call her out her name or something like that. Because Candy asked her, she was like, he must have called you out your name. And she ain't say nothing. I think she nodded her head or something like that. And so it's like, yo, dude, like, really? So, Candy was kind of saying like how when she get upset, she'll hit low with Todd and stuff like that. But she'll apologize, but she won't apologize for what she said because she meant it, but she will apologize for his feelings getting hurt type thing. And so Kenya was like, y'all two relate on that level and stuff like that. But, Katie was like, yeah, but I can compromise. And so it sounded like Mark can't compromise worth shit. Like, we saw that. And so Kenya is pretty much broken down because she like, I can't live in this unhealthy situation because it might affect Brooklyn because that's how she grew up. She was affected, because her mom went her life and stuff like that. So she was like, she don't want to put her daughter through this situation again. So Candy was like, yo, I didn't know it was that bad, that it was a toxic relationship where it could affect her daughter type thing. And so she said something. Oh, because she was like, she want to protect Brooklyn. And so then Kenya started to cry and stuff like that. And Candice tried to console her. And then, but Kenya kind of like got up and went to her room and stuff. Because she was saying she didn't want to cry and stuff. And it pretty much sounded like they really needed a divorce. Because, and not like divorce is always the answer and stuff like that. But if he not willing to budge and he's just being a whole straight asshole and just, he's doing too much. Like, I don't know. Like, I ain't even gonna say what I think. But, I'm gonna let y'all tell me what y'all think. Like, for real. What y'all think about this whole situation? Because I wish they would have showed their relationship while they was girlfriend and boyfriend. Like, then maybe it would make a little more sense, like, to see, because she say they love each other and stuff like that, but it seemed to me like she loved him more than he loves her. Like, I don't know. I don't know this man. I don't know Kenya, but I just know right is right and wrong is wrong. And the way he treating her based off what she's saying is not right. But anyway, y'all, that was the episode. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this episode. And I will see y'all next Sunday. Yes, next Sunday. I will report on Sunday. Anyway, y'all, until next time, peace.